When you look at Mary Steenburgen and the warmth, grace, and authenticity she brings to every role, whether it's her unforgettable presence in Back to the Future Part 3 or her charming performances in The Last Man on Earth, it's easy to assume that her journey to success was smooth and perfectly aligned from the beginning. But the truth behind her story is far more inspiring because it is rooted in unexpected opportunities, unwavering belief, and the courage to embrace change even when life takes you in a completely different direction than you imagined. And what makes her journey so powerful is that she did not follow a predictable path into Hollywood. She did not grow up surrounded by fame or guaranteed opportunities. Instead, her life changed almost overnight when she was discovered in a way that most people could never plan for. And while that moment may seem like pure luck, what truly defines her success is what she did after that opportunity appeared. Because getting a chance is one thing, but proving that you belong is something entirely different. And from the very beginning, she approached her career with humility, dedication, and a willingness to learn, understanding that talent alone is not enough to sustain success, that growth requires effort, patience, and a deep commitment to your craft. And as she began to take on roles, she faced the same uncertainties and challenges that many actors experience: the pressure to perform, the fear of being overlooked, and the constant need to prove herself in an industry that is both competitive and unpredictable. But instead of allowing those challenges to hold her back, she used them as motivation to grow stronger, to refine her skills, and to develop a presence that felt real, relatable, and deeply human. And this authenticity is what set her apart, because audiences connected with her not just as an actress, but as someone who brought genuine emotion and depth to every character she portrayed. And this connection became even more evident as her career progressed, leading to opportunities that allowed her to showcase her versatility, her ability to move between drama and comedy with ease, and to bring something unique to each role. And as she stepped into projects like Back to the Future Part 3, she demonstrated that she was not limited to one type of character or one style of storytelling, but capable of evolving and adapting in ways that kept her career fresh and dynamic. And this willingness to embrace change is one of the most inspiring aspects of her journey, because it shows that success is not about staying the same. It is about growing, about taking risks, and about being open to new possibilities even when they feel uncertain. And beyond her professional achievements, there is a deeper layer to her story that makes it even more meaningful, and that is her ability to reinvent herself later in life, particularly through her passion for music and songwriting, a path that she discovered in a way that was both unexpected and transformative. And this moment serves as a powerful reminder that it is never too late to discover a new passion, to explore a different side of yourself, and to create something meaningful regardless of your age or stage in life. Because so many people believe that certain opportunities are limited by time, that if you do not pursue something early, you have missed your chance. But Mary Steenburgen's journey proves that this belief is not true, that life is full of possibilities at every stage, and that growth does not have an expiration date. And this perspective is incredibly empowering because it shifts the focus from limitations to opportunities, from fear to curiosity, and from doubt to possibility. And as she continued to balance her acting career with her newfound passion, she demonstrated that it is possible to pursue multiple paths, to evolve in different directions, and to create a life that is rich, fulfilling, and constantly expanding. And this balance is something that many people strive for because it reflects a sense of purpose that goes beyond a single achievement. It reflects a commitment to living fully, to exploring your potential, and to embracing every opportunity for growth. And what makes her story even more inspiring is the way she has maintained her authenticity and humility throughout her journey. Despite her success, despite her recognition, she has remained grounded, connected to her values, and focused on what truly matters. And this is a quality that cannot be taught. It is something that comes from within, from understanding that success is not just about what you achieve, but about who you become in the process. And as you reflect on her journey, it becomes clear that her story is not just about fame or recognition. It is about resilience, about adaptability, and about the courage to continue growing even when you have already achieved so much. And this is what makes her journey so powerful, because it reminds us that there is always more to discover, more to learn, and more to become, and that no matter where you are in your life, you have the ability to take the next step, to explore a new path, and to create something meaningful. And if there is one message that stands out from her story, it is this: that life is not a straight line. It is a series of unexpected turns, opportunities, and moments that shape who you are. And if you are willing to embrace those moments, to trust yourself and to keep moving forward, your journey, just like hers, can become something truly extraordinary, something that reflects not just success, but purpose, passion, and a lasting impact that continues to inspire others long after the moment has passed. What makes the journey of Mary Steenburgen even more remarkable is not just the success she achieved early on, but the way she continued to evolve long after many would have settled into comfort. Because it is one thing to reach a certain level of recognition, but it is something entirely different to keep growing, to keep exploring, and to keep challenging yourself even when you have already proven your place. And this is where her story becomes deeply inspiring, because instead of holding on to a single version of success, she embraced change again and again, showing that reinvention is not a risk but a necessity if you want to keep your life meaningful and dynamic. And as her career progressed, she moved seamlessly between film and television, taking on roles that allowed her to express different dimensions of her talent, whether it was heartfelt drama, lighthearted comedy, or emotionally layered storytelling. And this versatility is not just a reflection of her skill, but of her mindset, because it takes openness and courage to step into new creative spaces, to let go of what is familiar, and to trust that you can adapt to whatever comes next. And this mindset is something that resonates far beyond the entertainment world. Because in life, just like in her journey, growth often requires you to leave behind what is comfortable and step into the unknown. And it is in those moments of uncertainty that your true potential begins to unfold. And beyond her professional achievements, there is a deeper, more personal transformation that adds an extraordinary layer to her story, and that is her unexpected journey into music, a passion that emerged later in her life in a way that she could not have predicted. And this moment is powerful because it challenges one of the most limiting beliefs people hold: the idea that it is too late to start something new, that there is a specific timeline for discovering your passions. But her experience proves the opposite, showing that creativity, growth, and reinvention are not bound by age. They are bound by your willingness to explore. And as she began writing music and collaborating with artists, she opened a new chapter of her life that was not driven by external expectations, but by genuine curiosity and passion. And this is what makes her journey so inspiring, because it is not just about maintaining success, it is about expanding your identity, about allowing yourself to be more than one thing, and about embracing the idea that you are constantly evolving. And this perspective can be life-changing because it removes the pressure to have everything figured out at once. It allows you to see your life as a continuous journey rather than a fixed destination. And it gives you the freedom to explore new paths without fear of starting over. And as she balanced her work and acting with her growing passion for music, she demonstrated that success does not have to be limited to one area that you can pursue. Multiple interests grow in different directions and still create something meaningful and fulfilling. And this is a powerful reminder that your potential is not confined to a single path, that you have the ability to expand, to learn, and to redefine yourself at any stage of life. And what makes her story even more impactful is the way she has maintained a sense of authenticity throughout all these changes. Because in a world where people often feel pressure to constantly prove themselves, to stay relevant, and to meet expectations, she has remained grounded, focused on what truly matters rather than what is expected. And this authenticity is what makes her journey feel real, because it is not driven by the need for validation, but by a genuine desire to grow and create. And this is something that many people struggle with, especially in an environment that encourages comparison and external approval. But her story shows that true fulfillment comes from within, from aligning your actions with your values, and From trusting yourself enough to follow the paths that feel right to you, even if they do not make sense to others, and as you reflect on everything she has accomplished,